The Arab plan for June 1967 was straightforward: the destruction of Israel in the most absolute sense, meaning the capture of its every city and village, and the merciless massacre of every Jewish citizen. A catchy slogan bandied about by the leaders of Egypt, Syria, and Jordan was, "We will meet you for lunch in Tel Aviv." But after just 6 days of war, the forces of annihilation had been all but annihilated, while victorious Israeli forces were ready to deliver the lunch directly to the plates of the same Arab leaders in their respective capitals. The IDF had achieved their dream objectives of capturing the strategic areas of the Golan Heights, the Gaza coastal strip, and the Sinai Peninsula. Israel had freed its seaport from Egyptian blockade, and it had inadvertently captured the entire West Bank as well. Israeli forces were now in a position to storm the Arab capitals of Cairo, Damascus, and Amman. But the thought of entering Arab capitals frightened the Israeli political leadership, who were loath to awaken that great bear, the Soviet Union, that threatened to join the war on the Arab side. The same concern prompted the United States to urge Israel in the strongest possible terms to halt its advance. Israel obeyed. As it lowered its guns, Israel looked back and gasped. She had gone to war on June 5th with the primary hope of surviving the combined Arab threat at all costs against incredible odds. But she had more than survived. When she accepted a ceasefire on June 10th, her territory had more than tripled in size. She had expanded in all directions from an indefensible 8,000 square miles to a robust 26,000. She now embraced all of Jerusalem, almost all of biblical Israel, and many ancient and sacred Jewish cities and sites. Israel's abrupt reversal of fortune read like a page out of the Bible itself. Just a fortnight earlier, Israel had designated national parks as mass cemeteries. It had dug 10,000 graves in advance and made plans to evacuate Jewish children to Europe to escape the promised bloodbath in the streets of its cities. Fast forward 6 days, and the nightmare had failed to materialize. The country was awash with relief, but also with grief. Upwards of 750 IDF soldiers made the supreme sacrifice, and more than 4,000 lay wounded. The Israeli Air Force lost 46 of its 200 fighters. Israel was a small country with an enormous heart, and she bitterly mourned each lost soul. On the Arab side, the casualties were far higher. Approximately 15,000 Egyptians, 6,000 Jordanians, and 2,500 Syrians had been killed, roughly 23,000 lives in total. Every nation on earth gasped in astonishment as Israel slipped out of the Arab noose that had already began to tighten around her neck with relatively minimal losses and maximum territorial and military gains. The modern, well-equipped, and much-vaunted Arab armies had been pulverized beyond recognition. The Arabs had lost Jerusalem, and the Jews had regained the site of their biblical temple. But most astonished of all were the citizens and leadership of Israel. They had best recognized the gravity of the danger they faced, and they were now first-hand witnesses to a staggering and swift reversal unpreceded in history. Israel and Jews around the world breathed a collective sigh of relief and celebrated the remarkable turn of events that would be forever known simply as the Six-Day War.